Hey there, Graham. This is Zachary at Pro Motion here in New York City. Thanks for talking with us. So you met Air Supply vocalist Russell Hitchcock while working on an Australian production of Jesus Christ Superstar. What role did you both have in the production, and how did working on a production of Superstar, working on a production of a musical, lead to you guys discovering that you had musical chemistry together?
Aha! Hi everyone, this is Graham from Air Supply. I'm answering a few questions. I did meet Russell in 1975 on a production of Jesus Christ Superstar. I think what it really taught us was the real theatre protocol, to be on time, to be always there at rehearsals, to give everything, and to be a great student of the theatre, which we became. And I think once we started singing in the show, that great music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and hearing 35 people sing at the same time, you realise that harmony is probably the most important thing in music. Certainly it was for us. But that's how we began our relationship in Superstar.
What is your songwriting process? How does a song go from being a Graham Russell demo to a full-on Air Supply track?
Well, I've been writing songs for a long time. I wrote my first song when I was 11 years old, which is a long time ago. But for me, it's always very different. Sometimes I dream of the song, or I'll just hear something as I'm walking down the street, or I hear something pops into my head. But for me now, I think about songs for a long time. If there's a new song being born out in the universe somewhere, I can usually feel it. But I don't sit down at a piano or guitar until the song is formed in my head. And consequently, when I sit down with an instrument, it all comes out really fast. So to say that I write fast is not really true, because I think about it for a long time before I actually sit down. But I'm a big believer that when inspiration does strike, you have to get it really quickly, because it's not going to hang around, it's going to come, and you must strike while the iron's hot and get the song out. But that's my process.
What is it like to have Russell Hitchcock sing your lyrics? Is his phrasing different from the way that you yourself would sing?
Russell is very different, yes. His phrasing is what his phrasing is. It reflects his character and who he is, and mine reflects who I am, you know. I think we're both influenced by the same people, that we're both enormous Beatle fans, and we both were influenced greatly by them decades before we knew each other. But that's our greatest influence, and I think we do have some of their phrasing, and I think our phrasing is a very romantic phrasing, but his is what his character allows it to be, and mine the same. I don't really know the difference, because when we sing together, like Lost in Love for instance, we're in harmony, so it's very tight together, and we don't usually work at who's going to sing what. It just kind of happens in the studio.
Can you tell us a little bit about writing Desert Sea Sky? The song has really evocative, beautiful lyrics. What is it about?
Oh, Desert Sea Sky was a very interesting song in the beginning. We were in Israel about 18 months ago, and I was in Tel Aviv, just sitting on the beach on my own. And I was thinking, wow, I'm in Tel Aviv sitting on the beach on my own. And I thought, you know, of the history of the place. And then I looked at the sky and I saw the sand on the beach, the ocean, and I knew that behind me was desert. And I started to think of, wow, Desert Sea Sky. Then I started to think of Moses leading his people out of Egypt. And I thought, wow, isn't that a great theme for a song, without being religious or biblical in any sense. I thought, you know, Desert Sea Sky, you know, take your people to the promised land. And so it was kind of Moses that was the inspiration for that.
Did Desert Sea Sky start off as a club-oriented track?
Desert Sea Sky started off as an Air Supply song about 18 months ago. And but it always had a really nice groove, but not the dance groove yet. And it wasn't until I sent it to a couple of people to have a listen to and say, do you like this song? You know, and they said, yeah, I really like it. And then somebody mentioned the fact that it would be nice as a dance track. And so I spoke to our PR company, and they recommended the Wideboys to remix it. And I hadn't met them, I only knew their reputation, and so he sent it to them in England, and they said yeah, they'd like to remix it. And then I got the version back that we all have now, which is fabulous, and so it became our real first dance track.
What led to you writing a song specifically geared towards the club and nightlife?
Well, Desert Sea Sky was never written for dance, although I've been a big dance fan for a long time, for years, and I've always wanted to do a dance track. But it wasn't written specifically for the clubs or for dance, it's just that it ended up that way. But I think it's a great breakthrough for us, because it means that you don't necessarily have to write a song for dance. You can have a song and recreate the track around the song, and it will turn into a dance track, which I think is great, because then you can have a great dance track but a great song at the same time with beautiful melodies, you know.
Judging from the footage I've seen online at Air Supply concerts, Desert Sea Sky has become quite the pounding live anthem. What is it like to play this song at your concert?
Oh, I love it. We put it in it's our first encore song, and it takes the crowd by surprise because it's not a typical Air Supply song, and I would imagine, expect us to come back and do a big ballad, but we don't, and it kicks in, but the crowd love it. It's one of the standout songs in our set right now. It's fabulous. People are ready for it, you know, our crowd especially, and by the time that time in the set comes towards the end, people are ready to rock out, and they do, trust me. It's pretty happening.
People seem pleasantly surprised by this new direction for Air Supply. Do you plan to continue this foray into electronic dance music?
I'd definitely like to do some more, yes. I don't know what it'll be or when, but I've definitely got the bug now. I mean, I love dance music, as I said earlier, and I definitely want to do more. And I think the marriage of Air Supply music with dance is one that's it's inevitable. And you know, I can only think of in the 70s when the Bee Gees, who I love, did Saturday Night Fever, and then it opened up a whole new genre for the world, you know, and it became huge. I'm not saying we're going to do the same thing, but it's nice to have a different genre of music attached to us, which, I mean, we're famous for romantic music, and this is just another side to us now coming out.
Thanks a lot, Graham. Cheers.
Graham Russell from Air Supply, signing off. Earl Grey tea. See you later. Bye-bye.